Hey guys, I have a CGC return. Let's just get into it. Right, so these are some interesting cards. Most of them are Pokemon. I do plan on selling most of them. I do want to buy a house, and I guess cards are not as much as a priority. So let's just get into it. So this first card here is... so this was supposed to be a gray stamp, but I did buy it as gray stamp, but you know, it's not really that gray. Not gray enough to be considered a CGC gray stamp, so that one is a fail for sure. Awesome, starting off good. Next we have a Gorbis from Legend Maker. I wanted a 9.5, so I sent 2 in, and let's see if the other one is here, and it's a 9. So I actually did buy a Gorbis from like Sword and Shield, so 2021 Gorbis, and that one was a Gem 10. So I think I'll be selling these 2 Gorbises to keep the one Gorbis. Gorbis is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's a rare Pokemon to like, but you know, it's one of mine, one of my Swift Swimmers. So this card is Charizard, left from Legendary Collection. This one got the grid. I thought it was gonna get a 3. You know, it has some, you know, looks like, what kind of stain is that? I don't even remember that being there, but I do remember, you know, some of the whitening and dirt and some of the creases. So I did predict this one getting a 3 or 3.5. So happy about that. That one is already listed. I'm probably gonna consign them, most of these, through ZNG and Probstein. This, I am a Crom fan. Fire Emblem it made it into submission somehow, and I sent 2 of these in. And I remember one of the listings said these are mint, not gem mint. So they were like, don't expect a 10, and I got a 10. And there's another one got a 7.5. So I definitely will be selling this one, and I'll be keeping the gem mint 10. I'm very happy to add that to my collection, and I will not be selling it. This one, I think I will keep as well. This one I bought as near mint minus. It was like an Italian. The listing was like an Italian, and the listing looked really clean, and the whitening didn't look too bad. But then, like, it had a lot of scratches on the front. So I was like, it might not get a 7, but I was pretty much hoping that it would get a 7. Alright, here we have a square cut card. I bought this one a while ago. I got 60 because it's sort of bent in that one corner. So I will be selling this Starmie through consignment. Next, we have a partial crimp Starmie. So another error card. I think I'll be selling this one as well. I know my sister really likes Starmie, but you know, maybe I can get a couple dollars out of it. Next, we have a insufficient ink error, and it's insufficient ink because of the extra ink. I know it's a bit unintuitive, but that's what the error is. I will be selling this. I do not plan on... It's not really a card I enjoy, but at the time I was like, oh, I'll make more money if I get it graded, but I don't really care that much. I want to, as I said, I'm looking to buy a house. This is supposed to be a gold border error. It's hard to see, but the border is just a bit more gold or darker than how it usually is. But I don't think they picked up on that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna keep it and see what CGC says, but chances are they will not side with me on that. Dang. You win some, you lose some. This is Dark Magneton. This was to be a thin stamp, but it didn't quite come across as thin stamp either. So I try to buy these error cards, and if it's not like a really obvious error, then CGC will not mark it. And you don't have the option to fill in what type of error it is. You only have the ability to fill in whether it is or is not an error. Here's one that's really obvious. This is an inverted bag Moltres. This is so cool. And it's like in a mint condition too, so I bought it for like $50, I want to say. But this is a keeper. Unless, I don't know. I mean, would I sell it for a few $100s? I don't know. All right. So, questionable authenticity. Oh, so this is an inverted back Metagross. It's upside down in the back, and it got a QA. Isn't that? I've never seen that before. I thought it would be like because it's too damaged, because it's like really, look how beat up it is. I thought it'd be like it's a 0, but questionable authenticity is very interesting. And then this one as well. This was supposed to be a square cut, but questionable authenticity is such an interesting way to describe it. I really don't know. What does that even mean? If someone can tell us more about what questionable authenticity means, then please be my guest. But this one was supposed to be an inverted back for sure. You can see that the Pokeball is upside down in the back. So, yeah, I mean, I was really hoping to get have two inverted backs in my collection, but it just didn't happen. Here's one that's really nice. This is a miscut Seadra. I saw it listed, and it's obviously not in great condition, but oh man, that's a miscut for sure. I think if it's like a smaller miscut, it would say partial miscut, but this one is, you can't even see like the rarity symbol or anything. Yeah. This, oh man, this is quite a rare error as well. This is the printer hickey, the ink blot, also known as the ink blot error. I guess they call it the printer hickey in CGC. It's a near mint to mint. This is, I think I bought it as lightly played, and I bought it immediately. It was like listed for a certain amount, and I was like, oh, they were taking offers, but I just went in and bought it. I know there's one being listed right now for like over $200, and I don't know. So this, actually, I graded with HGA. So cross grading time, I graded with HGA, and I got an 8.5. And I graded 2 of them, and one of them got mint 9, and I gave it to my sister, whatever. But this one went from an 8.5 to a 9.5, so that's really nice. I might keep it, but I'm not sure, because there's another Ike in here. I have another Ike, and it's like an 8.5, but it's a more expensive card. Anyway, this was also an HGA, but this one was a 9.5 HGA. So this was a 9.5 HGA, went from 8.5 CGC. So I was hoping that would crossgrade to like a 10. I did send them in the slab. So even that 9.5, I sent it in the HGA 8.5 slab. So I don't take the risk of cracking. I just send them in the slab. Usually it works out in my favor. But it's with these two mammies. If anyone knows what anime this is from, it's from Madoka. But this one was also an HGA 9.5, so I didn't even get a 9.5 out of it. This one was an HGA as well. I sent it in the HGA slab, and it was a mint 9. And same with this one, but so this one was from HGA 9 to a CGC 9, and this one went up to a 9.5. So this is a really nice grade for this card from 2003. The stack is getting pretty high. So those are my HGA cross-grade crossover experience. This one, I bought on eBay, and I thought it would get a 9. I was hoping for like a 9.5, but it has like a black dot and a little whitening, so I could see a 9. So I will be selling it. Oh man, this one I bought an Italian seller. I don't know. These Italian sellers, they're just doing good for me. I wish I cut that part out. But anyway, I always get a little, if it's in a different language, then I always get a little skeptical if it's not in English. But if the card is in English, then I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Obviously, this one has some creases, and I thought it would get like a 2.5. So getting a 3.5 is a big win. For this, look how creased up this got. 3.5. That's insane. And I think it was peeling back here, but oh man, the fact that this got a 3.5, like, to me this is more beat up than the Legendary Collection, but I guess it's because it doesn't have like that stain that the other one has, so I'm keeping this. I'm gonna try to keep this as long as possible. Sorry, excuse me, but that's definitely a win in my books. Alright, here we have an Umbreon from Neo Discovery. I bought it kind of last minute. I bought it as Neo Mint. It does have a little, like, that's a pretty big whitening spot over there, but the hollow pattern itself looked, you know, like kind of like minor scratches, like a few scratches with it. This one is also listed in Italian. I don't know why people have an aversion towards Italian sellers, but hey, they've been working for me. Anyway, so I was hoping for a 7, and I guess it depends on how much they were harsh on that corner, and it worked out for me. But I will be selling this one. It's already, if it's not already listed. I do have another Umbreon that I will keep, but so I can only keep one of each card, of each species even. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, let me know what your favorite card is, and if you ever want any of these cards, then follow. You know, I'll leave my eBay link in, and you might even see them on ZNG or Probstein in a few weeks. So I'll see you around.